So here we are, January 2022, year 3 of the COVID. I don't know about you, but I am weary trying to figure this all out. All of us just want our lives back. Tonight, we bring you 3 medical doctors with clear and concise answers to the questions you are all asking. We want to separate fact from fiction and help you navigate this. At issue, what are the rules? What are the risks? What is the science? Are politics usurping the science? And when will this pandemic end? And as if the mixed messages and misinformation from the White House aren't enough, Joe Biden held a COVID press conference this week that served only to further confuse the issues and to complicate that in what appears to be a retreat on his own mandates after the Supreme Court oral arguments, and the writing is on the wall. Listen to what Joe says.
Mr. President, should Americans prepare
that COVID is here to stay?
No, I don't think COVID is here to stay. That having COVID in the environment here and in the world is probably here to stay. But COVID, as we're dealing with it now, is not here to stay. The new normal doesn't have to be.
You may recall Joe's promises when he ran for president.
I'll shut down the virus, not the economy. And we can walk and chew gum at the same time.
You sure about that, Joe? Walk and chew gum at the same time? Joe, with all due respect, you've displayed quite clearly that you are barely even able to walk. And you certainly haven't shut down the virus, let alone even had a plan to shut it down. Folks, the tragic irony of Joe Biden's failure to make good on his campaign promise is that more people died of COVID during his first year than under President Trump's entire time in office. Even with vaccines in year 3 of the outbreak, under Joe Biden, we don't even have enough tests to find out if we have COVID or one of its variants. In fact, they don't even put the order in on time for tests because they didn't even see it coming. According to Kamala Harris, quote, "We didn't see Omicron coming." And that's the nature of what this awful virus has been, which, as it turns out, has mutations and variants. And that echoed her clueless boss's comments as well.
The vice president said in recent days that you didn't see Delta coming, you didn't see Omicron coming. How did you get it wrong?
How did we get it wrong? Nobody saw it coming. Nobody in the whole world. Who saw it coming?
Sadly, our so-called leaders simply aren't on the same page, and their confusion is only exacerbating this crisis. Take a look.
We did, Jake. We definitely saw variants coming. I think what one referred to, what was not anticipated, was the extent of the mutations and the amino acid substitutions in Omicron, which is really unprecedented. That's something you would not have anticipated. But we certainly were anticipating that there were going to be variants.
Meanwhile, as Joe Biden relentlessly criticized President Trump for his handling of the pandemic, Joe now claims there's simply no federal solution. Well, Joe, if there's no federal solution, why are there federal vaccine mandates requiring that employees be fired if they don't comply? This in spite of a medical or religious exemption and in spite of the fact that healthcare workers put their own lives on the line working with patients when they had no vaccine. This will all be resolved soon, folks, as the United States Supreme Court just heard oral arguments on the legality of Biden's vaccine mandate for large employers and for healthcare workers, a decision likely to affect 80 million Americans. But make no mistake, this virus has affected each and every one of us, our children, our moms and dads, brothers and sisters, co-workers and friends. The American people want the truth. We want solutions. We want answers. And tonight, that's exactly what we will provide. And that's my open. Let me know what you think on my Facebook and Twitter, #Judge Jeanine.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
'Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.